now. Right.
Live from Rafferty Stadium on the campus of Fairfield University, it's high school varsity boys lacrosse on the DAF Media Network tonight. It's the semifinals, the Class L CIAC state tournament between the Darien Blue Wave and the New Canaan Rams. We are moments away from the start of what should be an entertaining varsity boys lacrosse game, the Class L state semifinals between two rivals, Darien and New Canaan. The Blue Wave come in as the top seed. The Rams come in as the number 4 seed. And I would like to welcome in now longtime Wilton head coach John Wiseman, who will join us on this broadcast tonight from Rafferty Stadium, Conway Field. And first, John, how about just optics? What a great facility here on the Fairfield U campus, and certainly the Stag staff, they got it right with this one.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Thanks again for having me here. It's a great venue. We've played here many times, and you couldn't ask for a better place. And you got the number 1 and number 2 teams here, and certainly in the FCIAC. And you got 3 great officials in Lou Sochi and Chris Daly and Ralph Baldelli, some of the 3 best in the state. So I think we're ready for a good contest, and I got to imagine they're going to let them play.
Yeah, should be physical. Obviously, this is the 3rd meeting between these 2 teams. Darien won the previous 2 encounters this season. They beat New Canaan once during the regular season at Darien, and then they met up for the FCIAC championship in what was a thrilling contest, and Darien goes on to beat New Canaan in that one by 1 goal. Obviously, you've coached against both of these teams. Your thoughts heading into this one?
2 great coaches, 2 great programs. Obviously, I've experienced it firsthand last Saturday. You know, there's the old adage, it's tough to beat a team 3 times.
Yep.
And I think that's what Chip probably told his team. Obviously, Jeff was able to overcome that with us. We put on a good, hard battle, but they did it. And I imagine Chip's here again telling them that story. And I think he's gonna play physical. He's gonna push and challenge them. And these kids are gonna bring it. Everyone out here, Darien or New Canaan, they know this is potentially their last game.
Absolutely. The winner of this one gets a trip to the state finals on Saturday, and we are moments away. It'll be Nick Cravato and Tanner Strube at Face-Off X, and John Wiseman. So important possessions in this game.
Oh yeah, and I think New Canaan, that was one of their best assets in the FCIAC finals, and Cravato's done it again. You know, it's only the first face-off. We'll see how it goes throughout the day here.
So New Canaan wins possession. They set up shop on offense into the box, and we are underway here in the first of 2 state semifinals from Rafferty Stadium. Game 2 coming up after this one. But this is Darien, New Canaan in the black jerseys. Darien in the home whites, the number 1 seed on a 75-game win streak. It's hard to believe when you talk about that and what they've been able to accomplish over the last several seasons. Longtime head coach Jeff Braymeyer in his 35th season has done an unbelievable job building the program. And Chip Buzzio has taken where Alex Witten left off and has done a nice job with this New Canaan program. First shot is wide of the near post.
Yeah, what I think you're going to see here is what most people's game plan are, is be very deliberate and patient on offense. Take the best shot. It's got to be a 70% shot, and it's got to go in, just like that one did.
And that's a goal, and no surprise, Quentin O'Connell, the North Carolina-bound Quentin O'Connell, puts the Rams up first in this one, just minutes into this first quarter here at Rafferty Stadium. A gorgeous venue as we take another look at the O'Connell goal.
Yeah, Quentin just drives strong to his left, which you don't always see, and slips the defender and just has the poise and presence to power it through. He shoots on the right spot on Collins. Another great goalie, and you got to place it. So a great offensive player, a great defensive player, and we got a contest.
And O'Connell will join his brother at North Carolina next season. And Strube wins the faceoff. He gets it to Picorni, and a nice save by Carl Mazabas.
Now what you saw there was New Canaan was slow to slide. I think they're going to let the face-off guy and let the other defenders take it in and see what the attackers see what they can do.
Mazabras has had quite a season for New Canaan and 2 saves early on here. Bang, bang. Ball rolls out of bounds.
Yep, New Canaan possession.
It'll be New Canaan possession as they look to get this upfield across midfield into their offensive zone. Walter Kerr brings it across midfield. The long pull. And here's New Canaan, their second offensive possession of the night.
And you can see here, Damien, they're in no rush to go to the goal. They're subbing their guys on and off. They're taking their time. They got their touch to stop the clock, and the 10 and 20 clock, that is, and now they're just going to work the offense.
We mentioned at the outset these teams met on April 28th in Darien. Blue Wave won 9-7, and then they met again in the FCIAC championship game at Brian McMahon on May 25th. 13-12, Darien wins after a great rally by New Canaan in that game.
So a good check there by Tyler Straub, stripping the ball, and Darien got it back, and now they are going to hopefully clear it and go on the offense.
New Canaan rallied from 4 goals down with under 7 minutes left to tie the game at 12 in that FCIAC championship at McMahon. There's McGovern on the far side of the field. Logan McGovern, the talented attack, headed to Bryant next year. Gets it out to Jack Joyce.
Looks like New Canaan is trying to shut off Minikis, or at least deny him the ball for sure. They just switched off of him.
Here is Minikis with the ball as he tries to go to work against this New Canaan defense. A nice save by Mazabras.
Just tip.
Darien gets it back. Here's Picorni. He scores.
That's just a tough ride. Darien's relentless riding, and what you just saw there was the attackman got his stick up as Mazabras was clearing and tipped the ball, and it went into the Darien seems to get the nice bounces. It goes right into another Darien attacker's stick, and then they go for the goal.
We take another look at that. Found the opening between Mazabras and the post.
Yeah, he's a lefty goalie, so Poco put it, we call him Poco. Poco put it in the right shot, right spot.
Hudson Picorni. John, I told Hudson earlier this season I love his first name, and he asked me, well, why? I go, because I grew up in Hudson, New York. We are back at Face-Off X, tied at 1 here, 8:29 remaining in the opening quarter.
Some type of infraction down there. I'm not sure exactly what, but it was on Darien.
So New Canaan back on offense here.
I just call him Poco because I have the pleasure of coaching his younger brother in the summer team, so get a little familiarity with him.
Absolutely. Well, whatever you want to call him, terrific player for the Blue Wave.
Back to a little factoid, back to your, 75-game win streak by Darien. The last team to actually beat him was Greenwich, and the last team to beat them in state competition was Wilton. So, but those both were in 2013. Seems like a long time ago, which it was.
Absolutely. And you went on to win the state championship.
Yeah, that was
that season as the 17 seed.
We went on a long run, and it was a fun ride, and that was a great team and a great effort. And that was a 7-6 win against Darien on their field. And Ryan Braymeyer was on the field that day playing for me, and what a great kid. And he had a couple goals that day.
Nice save by Darien goalie Sean Collins. Sean Collins, how about this? He replaces an All-American, Ryan Cornell, who's up at the University of Vermont, kind of waited his time. First-year starter as a senior, and he has come up big in spots for Darien this season.
Yeah, I think that's the story with Darien. It's next man up. They're deep, 3-4 deep at every position, so you got to bide your time, and when you get it, you capitalize on it. It certainly looks like Sean's done that.
We actually, getting back to Ryan Braymeyer, Fran Donovan and I were commenting on him a few broadcasts ago, and recently graduated from Colorado College. Jeff and his family went out there for the graduation.
That was a little in and out of the crease right there.
Yep,
so that's why the Darien got the ball back.
Darien possession, but you had the opportunity to coach Ryan in high school.
Yeah, and I coached along with my wife. I was able to coach some of his daughter, Jenna. Great kids, great kids.
And Ryan looks nothing like Jeff.
Chip off the old block. He sent me a picture of them out at Colorado, and I was you could, except for maybe a couple gray hairs, they look pretty much the same. Here's a little flip play. They love this.
McGovern to Minikis, down to Picorni. There's Minikis at X. Up top to Hellman. Tommy Hellman, who's headed to Air Force. Here's McGovern on the far side of the field.
So they got a little bit of a mismatch here, short on the short. Darien's going to try to capitalize on this, but they're getting, see New Canaan getting their slide ready, and they'll probably go early on this.
John, what makes McGovern so effective? I mean, obviously high school All-American, going to play for Mike Pressler. Bryant, here's a nice feed, and that is a goal for Ryan Darby.
I mean, that's the answer to your question right there. He's so quick and shifty. It's hard to keep your hands on him. He's got great eyes, great vision, can feed from anywhere, and he can dodge. So that defender got caught, and as they slid, he just dumped it right to number 33, and there who just finished it. So great eyes, great vision to make that pass, but he's equally a threat dodging. So you really just got to stay in his hands, push out more, but you got to make sure you got a guy who can run with him because he's just that quick first step.
Our behind the goal camera, we are back at midfield on the face-off. Pravano comes up with it, and here come the Rams. Quick shot.
This is what New Canaan's got to do all day long, is continue to win those face-offs and those possessions like they did in the FCIAC final. Right, I might try one more pass there, but it's always easy to be a armchair quarterback here.
Well, no doubt, New Canaan head coach Chip Buzzio, in his 6th season, has a game plan coming into this one.
Oh yeah, and there's no doubt with him and Will Koshansky, Bobby Rushton, they got a good crew there. They know what they're doing. I'm sure they rolled out a little bit of a plan from what they had before and just refined it a little bit.
Coach Buzzio had all kinds of successes at Princeton as a player. Was a team captain of the Tigers back in 2001 when they won a national championship, beating Syracuse. That shot sails over the crossbar. We are live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, John Wiseman joining you. Thanks for joining us for this Class L state semifinal between New Canaan and Darien.
You got Mac Dean there, number 18. He's a lefty. He loves to kind of work. He's a dodger. He's looking to go to the goal. He's going to work that left-hand side probably all night.
Here's O'Connell. O'Connell being hounded by Andrew Darby. Ryan Caione, the freshman, on the near side of the field here.
And they're going to try a little, maybe match the short on short and see what they can get.
Caione being guarded by Jack Joyce. John, you know you can play when you're a freshman starting on the varsity, as is Ryan Caione.
Yeah, that's for sure. At a program like New Canaan or Darien or any of the top FCIACs.
Yep, absolutely.
As a freshman or sophomore, for that matter, is pretty impressive.
And that shot is no good.
Just a little wide.
Owen Shin, the Wesleyan-bound Owen Shin. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, 2-1 Darien.
So you see them, they're inverting their shorts. They're going to work a two-man game behind, and that's probably what you're going to see. And they got 2-4 high. They got 4 guys high, and they're just going to work these guys.
Here's Teddy Mangus. And errant pass, attempting to get it to Shin. That rolls out of bounds, so it'll be Darien possession here.
That was a great check by Hudson to lift the New Canaan defender's stick and let that ball go out of bounds.
Great point. Blake Somi gets it to McGovern. Under 3 minutes remaining. Blue Wave up a goal. New Canaan scored first on the Quentin O'Connell goal right out of the gate on their first possession. A little overcast here, John, but we'll take it with the weather we've had this spring.
I think as a player, the players will love it. It's a great weather to play in.
McGovern with the goal. So Logan McGovern scores, takes a hit. He appears to be okay. 3-1 Darien, 2:27 left.
It's a little shaken up, but what you saw there is exactly, you know, the opposite of what we talked about before, where he's had the ability to feed. Here he just dodges, and he's so quick. You saw how he accelerated right away from X behind and just tucked it right under the Canaan goalie.
He's able to beat Mazabras. And we are back at face-off X. Strube and Cravato. Cravato on his way to Bucknell. He'll be a good face-off specialist down there.
Called a ward. I don't know if I would have called that, but Ralph's right down there, so he knows he's seeing it better than me.
As you mentioned, a great officiating crew tonight for this one. Here's Bruce Ferguson on the near side of the field, and his stick goes flying.
Fans always love that when they see a little D-twig.
Little helicopter effect there.
But back to that last face-off, I mean, Cravato is winning them.
And
they'll have to keep possession.
Not to interrupt you, we've got a quick timeout as New Canaan head coach Chip Buzzio calls a timeout, 3-1. We will take a quick break. And we will be right back here on the DAF Media Network. Take a look at the bracket here in Class L. This is how these two teams arrived in the state semifinals. Darien beat Xavier, Wilton, and then New Canaan beat Fairfield Ludlow, and then Fairfield Prep 9-7 in what was a really entertaining game in the quarterfinals. We are back to live action here on the DAF Media Network, live from Rafferty Stadium, Conway Field, on the campus of Fairfield University. Damian Andrew, John Wiseman, thanks so much for joining us on this DAF Media broadcast of the CIAC Class L state semifinals. Darien, New Canaan doesn't get any better than this. Maybe the best rivalry in the state of Connecticut, regardless of the sport. New Canaan beat Darien last night in the girls Class L state semifinals, ending the Blue Waves' 107-game win streak against Connecticut opponents.
That was a pretty amazing, impressive game as well. We were watching that from home.
We were able to live stream that, and so you were one of the number of people watching.
I was one of a number.
And an entertaining game between two very good programs, very good coaches, and Lisa Lindley and Kristen Woods.
Wilton girl.
Yep.
But no, that was a great game. Kristen had a great game plan. They're up 11-7. New Canaan stormed back and pretty much was almost ready to tie it. And they were able to run out the clock. And it was a great day for New Canaan and a great day for Kristen.
Kristen, of course, played college lacrosse at my alma mater. We've talked about that, Penn State. And we are back to live action here. Darien up 3-1. Time running out here in the first quarter as New Canaan looks to get off a shot here against this tight Darien defense. And off the rebound, O'Connell beats Sean Collins. A fortuitous bounce there for the Rams as we are take another look at this.
Yeah. Owen Shin makes a great shot, makes Sean really stretch for that. It was a great save, but if you can't contain it, the defenders really got to lock down, and Quentin O'Connor just maybe uses some hockey skills and slaps it in there. Heads up play on Quentin O'Connor. And a great shot by Owen to create that opportunity.
Nice effort by Collins on the initial save, and then O'Connell right there, Johnny on the spot, as he puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was that was no easy save, what Sean Collins did there. Unfortunately, it just popped right out, and the defenders weren't able to, what we call saw arms, and just take all the attackmen's stick down. 2
good face-off guys in this game and 2 good goalies. And that'll do it for the first quarter as the horn sounds here from Rafferty Stadium in Fairfield, Connecticut. We will take a quick break. Darien up 3-2. We are back live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, John Wiseman joining you. Thanks for joining us. We're about to start the second quarter of this Class L state semifinal between Darien and New Canaan. Blue Wave up after the first quarter, 3-2. And here we are, Strube and Cravato at face-off X midfield. And a good fight for the ball there as Cravato ultimately comes away with it.
That just shows his toughness because he had a pole on him and he would get hit down and he kind of kept just ran through it. Well, you got the top 2 FCIAC guys, face-off guys in the FCIAC right there.
John, what makes both of them so effective?
Just quick hands, strong wrists. I mean, yep. my guy Chris Sweeney. Those are the top 3.
Yep.
In the FCIAC as you have it, and they're really good at their craft. It's about quickness. It's about repetitions. It's about really timing that whistle too. I mean, the refs try to vary their cadence so that they can get that part of the game out of the timing, and it's really just their own ability, but that is a big part of it.
So New Canaan in the black, moving from right to left. Darien in the home whites, moving from left to right here in the second quarter. Rams trying to even the score. Mangus loses the ball.
We're going to get him for a hold, so he'll get the ball back.
So a hold on Darien.
Looks like Logan McGovern's returned to the game, so while he was a little shaken up, he's now back.
Yeah, he is back out on the field. And that is certainly a good sign for the Blue Wave. And a nice save by Collins on the Costco shot.
That's tough. It's a good save by Collins, but Costco with that stick in his left hand, he doesn't have much angle. And here comes trouble.
Joyce to Bacorni,
nice save.
And a great save by Mazabras. New Canaan going the other way now. Costco on the far side of the field, out of bounds.
Looks like Chip called
timeout
at the appropriate time. And I think that save by Mazabras should fire up the New Canaan team. I mean, that's where Darien is lethal, pushing the ball upfield in transition, that fast break, and Poco probably wish he had another look at that one, but that was a great save.
Yeah, that was from point blank range there. Nice save as we take a look at the Darien huddle. There's head coach Jeff Braymeyer in his 35th season the only head coach the Darien program has ever known, and he has built it into one of the top programs not only in the Northeast but in the entire country. Obviously, we're ranked #1 last year in a number of polls, the Inside Lacrosse poll most notably. I always say to him, how's a college baseball player become such a terrific high school lacrosse coach?
And a swimmer.
And a swimmer, that's right. He has really studied the game, though, in all seriousness. I mean, and
yeah, he became a student of the game. I mean, he certainly benefited a lot from Guy Whitten and Howard Benedict, you know, the forefathers of lacrosse in Connecticut. And kind of Coach Whitten would spend a lot of time with Jeff and I think Howard as well in building up the Darien program. I remember as a player going up and down the field on those grass fields behind the portable classrooms Darien had there before. Now they got this beautiful complex, and Jeff was just a young coach just starting out right there.
We are back to live action here after the New Canaan timeout. Darien, New Canaan.
They have an open set here, no one in the crease. They're just looking, I think, be patient, stretch the New Canaan Darien defense out. I know they're popping a couple guys in the crease now, and you probably look to them to isolate the shorts.
O'Connell swings it over to Mangus. Back to O'Connell. He gets off a shot. It's wide, and the ball will stay with New Canaan.
You have to have your eyes on O'Connell all the time as a defender, or certainly as a goalie, because he will shoot from anywhere.
Here's Rechterman. Hits the post. O'Connell gets it back, and the save by Collins.
Nice ground ball. Errant pass. Let's see if. Nope. So New Canaan will get the ball back.
Ball rolls out of bounds on the far side of the field. Matt Gould, the long pole, made a nice recovery there, but Darien just couldn't hold on to it. Here's Kione.
I think what you saw there was a relentless ride by New Canaan. That was a great ground ball, but they put so much pressure, and the ball was just thrown away.
Mangus. Rechterman gets off a shot. Under 9 minutes remaining here in the first half, 3-2 Darien. A great crowd here at Rafferty Stadium, as you would expect for this one. The 1 seed Darien, the 4 seed New Canaan. The last time these two teams met was in the FCIAC finals.
Great look, great save. That was a great open look in the crease, great vision by O'Connell, but an incredible save by Sean Collins.
And already both Collins and Mazabras have come up with some really big saves in the first half. New Canaan, John, in no hurry here, right? I mean, they're just looking for the best opportunity, try to take advantage.
You don't want to get into a fast break shooting match with Darien. I mean, they have athletes, and they are so good and effective in transition. So I'm sure that is the game plan, is what you're seeing here. Slow the game down, possess the ball, take your time, go for 80% opportunities. Just work it. The clock's their friend in this case, and with a face-off guy like Cravado, if he can continue to win, even though Straub is actually winning a couple, that would be the game plan. Backside of the net.
That hit on the outside of the net, no goal.
And the Darien defender pushed the New Canaan attack in the crease, so now they'll get the possession back. But again, a good strong dodge. Just didn't have the angle. Again, New Canaan just taking their time here, possessing the ball. Working the shorties, underhand shot, and they got it back up. So this is clearly part of New Canaan's strategy as well. Isolate the short-on-short stick matchups, make them play, force Darien to slide and see if you can hit the open man. And then hopefully Sean Collins doesn't make a great save like he did on that last one.
Coyote being guarded by Darby on the far side of the field. He dumps it to Mangus. And fresh legs come onto the field for Darien and New Canaan. Jack Joyce and Chris Canet. Canet, another freshman on this New Canaan team. Under 7 minutes remaining. And the shot bounces wide of the near post. New Canaan retains possession.
Yeah, you'll see Owen, Shin, and O'Connell take the majority of the shots.
O'Connell will play for your arch rival in college at North Carolina. John Wiseman, a Duke guy.
As it should be. New Canaan, Wilton. Why not go Duke in North Carolina?
And here's Darby. Gets it to Joyce. And Joyce scores. He winds up and scores, and the Darien sideline, they're into it.
This is exactly what you want to try to avoid. He has a look to Poco, but he looks him off. Great decision. Offside hip. Great placement on the shot. And this is where Darien is just so dangerous in transition. You see that box fake. He freezes the defender and then just keeps going. Offside hip. Perfect placement for a lefty goal.
And he had daylight in front of him.
Yeah.
Plenty of it.
And that's what we tell our guys, and I'm sure that's what Chip's telling his guys. You got to drop those middies back. You can't let Darien get in that transition game, because that's where they'll punish you. That's where you see the majority of their goals occur. If you control them 6-on-6, you have a real chance, but you can't let them get into transition. And you see Cravado with another great face-off win. And I'm sure that's what Chip's telling his guys. Just be patient, chip away, no pun intended, and just take your time.
Christopher Chip Buzzio, the New Canaan head coach. Here's Mangus. Zach Miller to O'Connell. O'Connell has such great vision too, John.
Yep. And that's what makes you a great all-around player, and that's what you're going to need when you move on to college, because there's 6 or 7 guys just like you out there, so you got to be able to share the ball and move it around and make the offense work. It's really about the 5 guys off the ball, and it's the guy's job with the ball to get it to the other player, just like O'Connell did right there. I mean,
gets it to Mangus.
Yep.
Couldn't capitalize.
Those are the opportunities you're looking for, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. But back to the vision, you just saw it right there. And it's about the guy with the ball and the 5 guys off the ball moving and being active.
And that hits the post. The Zach Miller shot, as he winds up, hits the post. Under 5 minutes remaining, ball rolls out of bounds. It stays with New Canaan.
I think New Canaan's getting the looks that they want. And so their offense is working well. They're generating opportunities. A couple great saves by Sean Collins and a couple pipes. So there's just a difference. So I'm sure that, again, Chip is just telling his guys, keep pressing. You're doing the right things. Be patient. It'll come.
Here's Miller. O'Connell, left-handed shot. Nice save by Collins. It's a strong left-handed shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot.
And here's Darien. McGovern, as you can see, he seems to be okay after that last goal he scored. Coach Brainmeyer took him out. Now he's back in. And Darien goes to work on offense here. Under 4 minutes remaining, up 2 goals. And here's an opportunity, John, right, for Darien to run some clock, possess the ball.
Yep. I'm not so sure they're probably too worried about it, but they're so effective on what they do, and they run these different scripts and these sets, and they're very very deliberate, very focused, very precise.
The shot by Somi sails over the crossbar. Here's Picorni. Out to Joyce on the far side of the field. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Darien up 2 goals. Nice look to Feifel and a great save by Mazabras.
That's just good positioning by Mazabras. He didn't really have enough time to get even stick on it, but he had his body in the right spot, and he was able to make the save.
Walker Kerr brings it upfield for New Canaan, and now they will set up shop on offense. The New Canaan faithful coming alive here under 3 minutes in the first half. Their team down 2 goals. Plenty of lacrosse left here tonight from Rafferty Stadium.
But I think this is exactly the game what you just saw, a little 6-on-6 down there. Be patient. You'll get the ball, move it upfield, clear it, settle it down here. This is what I think New Canaan is looking to do. Another great look.
And a great look.
Great look, hell of a shot.
Liam Griffiths, the sophomore, flicks it past Collins.
It's about the only thing he could do. He shoots it backhanded as he drives, isolated on the short-on-short. He drives his head up. You see, that's where the great vision is. Dodge with your head up. Great cut, great feed. He moves the stick cross-handed and just does the only thing he can do with it, losing angle, and just throws it. It was an incredible athletic play.
Drew Guida on the assist.
If someone was being technical, they should have said Liam maybe should have been cutting with the stick in his left hand already, but it was a great play to get the stick where he needed to go to put it in the net.
Boy, some talented underclassmen on display for New Canaan tonight.
Got it.
Griffiths, another one, as Cravato wins possession.
And what you see Cravato's doing, he's just controlling the clamp right from the get-go, and he's be able to pop it to himself, so he negates some of the benefit of the wings or the wing play. They can't get in there quick enough, because I'm sure that's what the Darien team's trying to do.
Here's Cravato against Strube.
They like this matchup, and I think you'll continue to see him play this, because Cravato is not just a Fogo.
I was just going to say, don't call him a Fogo. These two are face-off specialists, and they've proven that this season.
Backside of the net.
As Cravato's shot is no good. Here comes Darien, Blake Somi across midfield.
But now you see what New Canaan did there is they dropped those 2 middies back, and they did not. They had 5-on-4, meaning 5 New Canaan guys against 4 Darien players, and that was what you wanted to see.
We've got a break in the action, timeout. 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining. Let me ask you something. I don't know what your thoughts were on this game driving up here to Rafferty Stadium, but what are your thoughts right now after playing almost a half? I mean, is this kind of the way you saw this? I mean, a tight game, little runs by both teams?
Correct. I mean, this is what I expected. This is really what we tried to do with Darien, and frankly, what we did do. And I think when you're playing them, and this is what I would thought, it's almost a replay of the final between New Canaan and Darien again, is you want to just possess the ball, keep it tight. Yes, you know they're going to get their runs, and you need to bounce back, and that's what New Canaan is doing. And they're keeping it close. They're not letting Darien get down in transition, and that's what's really allowing them to keep the score where it needs to be. Because if you give Darien momentum and confidence, there's a lot they can do with that. And I hope it stays this way. There'll probably be another couple runs either way. I hope each team, particularly New Canaan, bounces back and continues the fight. But the two of them, that's what you'll see.
Well, in the first 2 games these two teams played this year, Darien pulled away, but they just couldn't pull away.
Right.
And New Canaan was able to climb back in, as I mentioned at the outset, in that FCIAC championship game. The Rams rallied from 4 down with under 7 minutes remaining. Ended up being a 13-12 loss, but both teams talked about just what a great game that was, played at such a high level.
Yeah.
Both Coach Braymeyer and Coach Buzzio. Here's Minikis on the near side of the field, swings it to McGovern, over to Picorni. Out to Somi. Here's Jack Joyce up top.
He's got the long pole on him, and he's going to try to take him, I guess, but he'll really just dodging a dump. You'll see that exactly, that kind of movement.
Nice look to Feifel, the save by Mazabras.
Exactly.
And it looked like that went off his foot, John.
It was either the foot or the pipe. It definitely hit something solid, which wasn't a stick. But that's kind of the action that you'll see from Darien. Usually when you see Minikis or McGovern in the crease, they're going to be popping out to try to get a step-down shot, which is what you saw just happen there. Let's see what we can do with 15 seconds left to play.
Mac Dean. Under 10 seconds remaining, the save by Collins on the Dean shot. And that will just about do it for the first half here from Rafferty Stadium. We are live on the DAF Media Network. Darien up a goal, 4-3. We are going to reset, take a quick break as you take a look at the fans. A great crowd here, as you'd expect when these two teams get together. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back here on the DAF Media Network.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are live here on the DAF Media Network at the half, and look who I pulled out of the stands. A couple of former high school All-Americans, Ryan O'Connell from New Canaan, Kevin Lindley from Darien. And guys, I would hope you've been entertained by this first half. Typical New Canaan-Darien matchup. Just one goal separates the two at the half. Ryan, let me start with you. Obviously, your first season in North Carolina went pretty well. Just talk about playing for the Tar Heels and kind of the difference between the high school game, which you played at a high level, and the Division I college game.
Absolutely. It was a ton of fun this season, getting the honor to play for North Carolina, playing for Joe Bresci. Tons of tradition there. And season did not go the way we wanted, so we'll be back next year absolutely fighting a lot harder than we did this year. As far as the high school level compared to the college level goes, much faster. Honestly, that was the biggest thing that I noticed. Everybody's bigger, faster, stronger, and just about everybody's a high school All-American.
You were so used to the Darien-New Canaan rivalry in high school. You got a pretty good one down there in North Carolina on Tobacco Road, North Carolina and Duke. Kevin, let me turn to you. Obviously, your first season at Loyola after a historic career at Darien. Lost, I know you made it to the NCAA tournament, lost in the quarterfinals, won the Patriot League. So all in all, pretty successful year for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a great year in college. It was disappointing the way that we went out, but we'll be back next year and better than ever.
Ryan, thoughts going into the second half? I mean, obviously it's tight. This is the third matchup between these two teams this season. What are your thoughts?
I don't mind where we're at as a Ram. I think Buzzio likes where he's at too. I'll tell you exactly what he's saying to the guys. Possess the ball. Yep. Darien's so efficient on offense. Yep. So the longer the possessions are, the more that's going to benefit New Canaan.
You're a goal scorer, but a pretty good matchup at face-off X between Cravato and Strube.
Yeah.
That really possessions is what this could come down to.
Absolutely. This is going to be probably the biggest key factor to this game right now because, as what OC said, New Canaan is taking long possessions, long quality possessions, which is making Darien defense a lot slower and tired. So if that continues in the second half, Darien will definitely have their be in some trouble.
Ryan O'Connell, Kevin Lindley, so glad you could come up here and join us at the half. Enjoy the second half, and best of luck in the future, your college careers.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here at the half of this Class L state semifinal game between Darien and New Canaan. Damian Andrew joined by Wilton head coach John Wiseman. So glad to have John with us for this broadcast, dropping some knowledge. Obviously, the last time these two teams met, we've referenced this throughout the first half, was in the FCIAC championship game, and it ended in a celebration for Darien in what both coaches called a great game. Darien got up, New Canaan rallied, made it close, tied it up at 12 late, and in the end, Darien pulls away and wins it by a goal. And we are just about ready to start the second half here at Rafferty Stadium, Conway Field. Some of these structures have so many names, John.
Correct.
It's hard to keep track. And it's Strube and Cravato again at face-off X. Tanner Strube, the senior.
Looks like we got all the same starting lineups are out again. Everyone's healthy.
Nick Cravato, the senior, and he wins possession for New Canaan. Here we go, second half. The winner.
They got numbers here. They had numbers there, so they're trying to catch Strube off the field and keep Cravato in, but they didn't see him, so they're now going to go back in, slow the game down. That's the ball, set up their offense.
They pull it out. Want to thank our halftime guests, Kevin Lindley, Ryan O'Connell, doing their thing now at the Division I college level. Two tremendous athletes, tremendous players.
Yeah, Kevin had a great year and a couple of good games in the playoffs.
Made a real difference for the Greyhounds as a freshman. So New Canaan just swinging it around the perimeter, looking for a seam in this Darien defense. Trying to tie things up here early in the second half. Lights are on now here at Rafferty Stadium. Just a gorgeous facility, can't say it enough. And Shin gets off his shot, but not much on that. And as Darien looks to clear here.
Let's just say he got tied up by the defender.
He
I'm not
certainly
sure what
did.
kind of shot that was.
Well, it made it towards the goal, so under 11 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, just underway. Overcast, but otherwise a pleasant day here in Fairfield, Connecticut. I want to thank all of you for joining us on this DAF media broadcast. The CIAC Class L state semifinals. Here's Jack Joyce, makes a move towards the cage.
Strong inside move and quick slide came, and no real angle, but that's a good way to actually just regain possession, take the shot a couple feet high and let Logan McGovern back it up.
Here's McGovern. McGovern at X, looking for Picorni. Sails over Picorni. Here's Minikis up top.
Nice check.
Sticks on the ground. Somi comes away with it as he tries to stay inbounds. Ball's now on the turf. And we've got a whistle.
Now that flag came from the far side of the field by Ralph Baldelli, so I don't know what he saw from over there. This will be interesting to see. He's calling 1 minute.
1 minute on Darien, so it'll be a man-up situation here for New Canaan. And this is a big opportunity for Chip Buzzio's team to scored the equalizer here, John.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to tell, but I think Ralph called that from the far side. I think in the scrum, it looks like he's suggesting that one of the Darien players put a little bit of a butt end into the opposing player, and that's why he's giving him a minute penalty. So I think this is the first penalty of the game, at least a time-serving penalty.
It is. It is. Here's O'Connell. New Canaan working the perimeter here.
A little wheel action, looking for a step down.
Shin. I'm sorry, Mangus with the shot. New Canaan working it around the perimeter. Mangus, far side of the field. Mac Dean back to Mangus, and a nice feed. Mangus to Will Rechteman, the junior.
Well, you see, there's so much focus on O'Connell here. Rechteman is setting the sending the screen, and he's faking, but he's actually he's the look. He draws so much attention away towards O'Connell, and then they pump him right away and they hit him right inside. So Rechteman with a great look. Look, he flashes. There he is.
And nice shot. Even better assist from Mangus.
And there you go. You got a tie ball game.
Junior to junior hooking up on that goal for New Canaan. Tied at 4 here. 8:37 left in the third quarter.
Okay.
And Strube wins it. Here's Strube.
Great save.
And Mazabras with a nice save.
Strube dove into the crease and has a crease violation, give the ball back to New Canaan, and now they're on the run. But I think that's what you're going to see, from New Canaan. They're not going to slide and go into the fast break move. They'd rather have Strube take the shot than let the lethal weapons of McGovern, Minikis, and Poco take that shot. And to that extent, it helped them. Great save by Mazabras.
Here's O'Connell to Shin. Shin, the senior. Shin headed to Wesleyan. Talking about Wesleyan, they produced some terrific coaches through the years.
Yeah.
Here's O'Connell.
Oh.
Nice play. And that's a goal as Darien, or New Canaan rather, takes the lead. O'Connell to Liam Griffiths, and the sophomore puts the Rams up 5-4 as the New Canaan faithful come alive here. O'Connell.
Yeah, what you said before was a heck of a look by O'Connell with the vision that he has. He's draws so much attention. Everyone is sliding forward, leaves the backside open, and he has the vision to see it. Gets it by Sean Collins, frankly. His nice higher pass just cleared it, and little slam dunk there.
Little jump shot.
Little alley-oop.
So New Canaan now regains the lead. And we have got quite a game, as we kind of expected. Bravado wins possession.
And here you go. I think they're going to look to try to isolate. Again, this notion that Cravado is not just a face-off guy.
John,
can will take it to the goal.
Not to interrupt you, this really, Strube and Cravado, is a game within a game, no?
Correct. Generally, the whole face-off play is that way, and even you could say some of the goalie play, but certainly there's so many nuances to the face-off game. And at this point, I'd have to give the upper hand to Cravado. Strub's won a couple, but Cravado seems to be controlling it and doing what he needs to do. And in New Canaan's credit, they're dropping back and eliminating the opportunity for all this transition game because that's where Darien is lethal. But here's a nice clearing pass. Let's see if he can thread it.
So Collins finds Darby, and Darby to Picorni to McGovern. A nice save by Mazabras.
Incredible save. Hit off his,
wow.
I think off his knee. But again, you just saw it. As I was talking about the transition game, I thought New Canaan had done a pretty good job. And now you see New Canaan pushing it up the field here. But Collins was able to thread that pass in and create really a man-up opportunity there. And unfortunately, Logan McGovern couldn't finish, or more importantly, Mazabras made a great save.
It was 1v1, McGovern, Mazabras, and Mazabras comes up big in that sequence. Damian Andrew, Wilton head coach John Wiseman joining you. Thanks for joining us on this DAF Media broadcast. We have over 300 screens for this one. Ball's on the turf.
Great ground ball. And this is where you got to be careful.
I said 300 screens. I stand corrected as our producer Brendan Ross tells me 438 screens. So thanks to all of you for watching this one. We're thrilled to be bringing it to you. Here's McGovern on the far side of the field.
That's not a rounding area, Damian. 300 to 420.
Yeah, I underestimated that, huh? Under 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Again, Darien being patient themselves. Does look like Logan McGovern has a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up. Let's see if he gets going. He's been suffering that ankle injury.
Yeah, he is a gamer, certainly. He wants to be out there more than anything, and he's giving it a go.
Oh.
He saw him out here running about an hour and a half before this one, making sure that ankle was good to go. Here's Minikis. That X out to Joyce. Joyce rips one, but the nice save by Mazabras as he picks it off the turf.
Here comes the ride. This is where you got to be careful.
And Darien regains possession. Picorni to McGovern.
Thought he almost saw Minikis on the backside.
Picorni couldn't quite handle that one. Ball's on the turf, scooped up by Minikis. Minikis wide of the near post. Brian Minikis, of course, headed to Colgate to play college lacrosse.
Under Coach Mike Murphy.
Yep. There's McGovern to Joyce, and Darien looks to reset here. Blake Somi with possession. Under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter, 5-4 New Canaan. Thanks to a Liam Griffiths goal.
Look at that cut.
And now we're tied at 5 apiece as Hudson Picorni.
I think that's Somi to Picorni, and you're going to just see the great drive off the top. Comes to kind of a little bit of a wing dodge. He drives hard right. He has his head up, and you got a pick coming. A great cut.
Somi threaded that pass between two New Canaan defenders here as we take another look from behind the goal. You can see it well here.
But it was a great cut by Hudson.
Certainly was.
He saw Chase Stroop moving up for the adjacent slide, and what you saw Somi do was see that, and he just did a skip pass right to the backside, and there you have it. Again, Cravado on the face-off win again. It looked like Strub almost had that one, but Cravado's doing a tremendous job at the X.
So here's New Canaan on offense, tied at 5, under 3 minutes left. It has been a game of back and forth, as you would expect, between these two powerhouses.
Oh.
And the nice interception by Bruce Ferguson. Nice defensive effort from
be careful
him.
Here.
There's Matt Gould twisting and turning. And Coach Braymeyer calls a timeout. Heads up play there from the sideline.
So they'll get the ball 10 yards into their defensive end. They'll still have to clear it. So you'll see, it's interesting to see what New Canaan does as they come out of this timeout, but probably a good opportune timeout for Jeff and the Darien team to keep that possession.
You know, obviously both of these teams want to get to that final game, play for a state championship. It's so special. Obviously an FCIAC championship, so special. Some of the top programs in the state come out of the FCIAC, so that tournament is so big. I know you know that well. But certainly a lot at stake here for Darien in terms of some of the numbers, which we always like to throw out. The postseason win streak at 33 games and that overall win streak at 75 straight. That's special, and that is all on the line here this afternoon in Fairfield, Rafferty Stadium. This is where Fairfield University plays its home games. Andy Copeland, their longtime head coach, has done a nice job with the program.
And his lovely wife, Caitlin Young, another Wilton alumni.
That's right. That's right.
And a Carolina Tar Heel, unfortunately.
Andy used to
Andy and used a fifth-year Fairfield U grad and coach here.
Andy used to be the head coach at Marist, and now he's the head coach here at Fairfield U. Had the chance to get to know him through the years. Actually got a chance to MC one of their postseason awards banquets, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Got a nice Stag sweatshirt out of that one.
There you go.
And a nice dinner.
There you go.
Damian Andrew, John Wiseman, having some fun here on this DAF Media broadcast. Thanks so much for joining us. Tied at 5, Darien and New Canaan, and here we go back to live action. Brian Minikis across midfield. Henry Feifel gets it to Jack Joyce. Want to give a quick shout out to our entire DAF Media production crew, Brendan Ross, Mark Trafone, Ethan Haas, just doing a terrific job on camera 2, our ISO camera. Minikis with the bounce shot, and it is good. So Brian Minikis does so well moving to his left, that left-handed shot.
Just a power dodge off the wing, which he loves, keeps it in his left hand. He just drives through the friction. He doesn't mind it, frees his hand and shoots.
Nice job by Ethan Haas there to capture that. And here's another view from behind the cage.
Kind of beats him stick side, but it's a great shot choice as the goalie's moving left to right. He's throwing back across Mazabras' body. Even though it is a stick side, it is a tough shot to try to save.
He was able to put that in there, a sliver of an opening. Mazabras, almost another terrific save. So it's 6-5 Darien now. Cravata wins possession again. Sorry, John.
Yeah, no, I was just say we don't have the stats up here, but I got to imagine, except for maybe 3 faceoffs, I think New Canaan, Cravata in particular, is dominating the faceoff, which is allowing them to kind of continue to keep the pressure on Darien here.
Just a high quality of high school varsity lacrosse on display tonight on Conway Field here on the campus of Fairfield University. We mentioned in the first half, you did, John, some of the talent out there playing. They'll play at the next level, Division I college level, Division III. Number of college coaches, I've been told, in attendance watching this one. Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah, they're more just here to check to see what they got, because all the kids are already committed or picked at this stage.
Right.
But it's certainly a great opportunity to come and see what you have coming into your university in the coming years.
So much depth, though, on both of these teams.
Oh, yeah.
There's Quinton O'Connell. We spoke to his brother Ryan at the half.
So they got the stall warning on. So they have to keep it inside the box.
Yep. That's why you're standing alongside of me, John Wiseman, for that kind of insight. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Darien up a goal, 6-5.
Stating the obvious here, but they're just looking to take the last shot and make it a good one.
Nice save by Collins on the shot by Ryan Coyote. Under 10 seconds left. Darien's got to go if they want to get off a shot here. Darby to McGovern.
You got to be on his hands.
And the shot by Bruce Ferguson is stopped by Mazabras. So that'll do it for the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books here at Rafferty Stadium. Darien up a goal, 6-5. We will take a quick break and be back on the DAF Media Network. We're back live here on the DAF Media Network, about to start the fourth quarter, and we are underway. And Matt Gould comes up with it for Darien.
Split dodge by Somi and a good shot. Looks like New Canaan was the closest to the ball. We went out of bounds, so they've awarded possession to New Canaan, and they'll now clear the ball. Fans don't seem to like that call.
You can hear it through our mics. Here's O'Connell up top. And a big shot by Teddy Mangus. The bounce shot is good, and we are tied again at 6.
It just didn't seem like Darien was completely set there, and Mangus gets the step-down shot. And
able to beat Collins.
Yeah, it's tough to be critical there. Collins has had a great game, and just unfortunately just didn't get that save. It was a good shot.
So we are back at face-off X. 6-6. Darien, New Canaan. Darien in the home whites, the #1 seed, 75-game win streak. Possession won by Cravato. New Canaan in the black with the white numbers, moving from right to left on your screen here in the fourth quarter. Darien in the home whites moving from left to right. And
great
the
save.
shot is saved by Collins. Owen Shin, the left-handed shot. Here's Bruce Ferguson. Gets it to Jack Joyce across midfield, and the Blue Wave on the move.
And now you have a fast break.
Joyce, the bounce shot. Mazabras, the save.
In and out of the crease. It'll be a Darien ball. That one I might have actually pushed it to Poco in that instance. We saw almost a repeat of that last fast break when Joyce did score. He did the box fake and looked him off at that point. He tried that again, and Mazabri made a great save.
There's McGovern to Minikis. Minikis, the shot. Yeah. He finds a way.
He's just such a tremendous pure shooter. You leave the kid with his hands free on his left-hand side, which is his strong hand, and you can almost guarantee it to be a goal.
As we take another look, he just rears back and puts it in the back of the net. Brian Minikis gives Darien the lead again. Back and forth here in this second half, 7-6 Blue Wave.
And really good placement. You know, he put it offside, low corner, exactly where he needed to put it. But you just can't give Brian an opportunity to shoot with his hands free like that, particularly to his left hand.
Wow, this is everything you could want in a state semifinal between these two arch rivals. Here's Cravato as he wins possession again for the Rams. Christopher Kinnett, the freshman.
Watch Cravato here, he's staying on. They got numbers now. It's a step down shot.
O'Connell, the left-handed shot. We're tied again, back and forth. O'Connell rips one past Sean Collins.
And you just want to talk about the game within the game, and what you see is Cravato playing a little cat and mouse with the Darien player, trying to see if he'll follow him off, and then he releases, and now New Canaan is effectively a man up. And you see that New Canaan quickly capitalized on that. Great vision by Cravato to send it back once he draws a slide. And that's just going to be tough for Sean Collins to save. It's a 12-yard, 10-yard shot, open look.
That had some mustard on it.
Yes, it did.
Quinton O'Connell. So here's Cravato and Strube again at midfield, at X, and ball's on the turf. New Canaan comes up with it.
Don't. I was saying don't, as I said, don't take that shot. Just move the ball onto the possession. So as he pulled that stick back, he got back checks. A great play by the New Canaan Darien defender. But sometimes it's just better to possess the ball than to take that shot.
Here's Jack Joyce. Want to give a quick shout out to Kathleen Hellman's parents, who have been watching us all season long, both the boys' games and the girls' games on the DAF Media Network. That would be Tommy Hellman's grandparents. So shout out to them. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. We've got a good one here in Fairfield at Rafferty Stadium. 7-7, under 10 minutes remaining in the Class L state semifinals. McGovern loses his stick. Ball's on the turf. We've got a whistle.
That'll be New Canaan ball. The ball is trapped in the stick, so you need to award the possession to New Canaan, and they'll now have the ability to clear.
Here come the Rams. John, I have a feeling this is going to go down to the wire. What do you think?
That's probably a good guess.
O'Connell over to Owen Shin. Will Rechterman back onto the field. Far side of the field.
I mean, the one thing I'll say that could change that is you got to be just so careful of Darien's ability to score quickly in that fast break. So New Canaan's got to continue to get their guys back when they turn the ball over or when Darien gets it. You just cannot let them, because they can get 2 or 3 goals in 1 minute, and they're that explosive. But if they continue to play this way, yeah, it's going to go down to the wire.
And that shot is wide. Rolls across the end line. Ball stays with New Canaan. And Coach Buzzio's post-game comments after the regular season game against Darien. Just can't make mistakes against Darien. Was happy with his team's second half comeback in that 9-7 loss at Darien. Quinton O'Connell, 4 goals and an assist in that game. And Coach Buzzio has to be pleased with the way his team has played tonight against the #1 seed. Haven't made many mistakes, John.
No, no doubt, no doubt. You have to play 48 minutes of lacrosse. That sounds so obvious, but against a team like Darien, you need to. If you look back at all the regular season games, whether it be Greenwich, New Canaan, even our first game, everyone had kind of got into within 2 against Darien, but you slip up for 5 minutes or 1 quarter, and that's why you end up with a 12-6 outcome, an 11-6 outcome in Richfield's case. Or in Darien's case, it was 7-6, I think, going in Greenwich's case, 7-6 going in the 4th quarter. And I think that ended up 12-6. So it's just, you got to stop that run. Timeout.
We've got a timeout. New Canaan tied at 7. 7:15 remaining in regulation as we take a look at head coach Jeff Braymeyer and the Darien huddle. Damian Andrew, John Wiseman with you. Thanks for being with us. We talked about Quentin O'Connell. He had a big game in that FCIAC final against Darien. 6 points, 4 goals, 2 assists. Owen Shin with a hat trick in that one. And then Mac Dean and Ryan Coyote, 2 goals apiece in that one. 5 players from Darien with multiple goals in the FCIAC finals. McGovern, Bacorny, both with hat tricks. And then Minikis, Feifel, Jackson, Peters, 2 goals apiece. So spreading the wealth, both teams in that FCIAC championship game that went down to the wire. Take a look at the New Canaan huddle. New Canaan, FCIAC champs, back-to-back in 2012 and 2013. I believe 2012 was Alex Witten's last season, and then 2013 in Buzzio's first season.
Chip came right in
and won a championship. Alex Witten, of course, the son of the legendary Wilton head coach, Guy Witten. Alex now down in Virginia coaching. So we are live on the DAF Media Network, about to resume play off the timeout. So let's set this up for you. 7-7, as you can see at the bottom of your screen.
With 7 minutes left.
And 7 minutes left, that's right. And a great crowd here at Rafferty Stadium. New Canaan's defense came up big for a long stretch in the regular season matchup between these two teams. In fact, New Canaan's defense held Darien scoreless for nearly 18 minutes in that game. Darien ends up prevailing 9-7. Great second half rally by the Rams.
So again, being very, very patient. There's no need to rush here. The clock is their friend. Keep Darien on the defensive end.
And we talk so much about the game within the game at Face-Off X and possessions won, ball control, and sure enough, here's how it's playing out, John, late in the game.
Yep. For sure, and what you'll see is I don't think in the last couple minutes that's where everyone's going to get truly tested, because that's when you'll feel the pressure of, trying to seal this and win it in advance, or the pressure and the fear of losing. Another little bit of a forced look potentially. Opportunity, the pass had to be right there. Darien's going to get this.
Liam Griffiths couldn't quite handle the pass. And here comes the Blue Wave. Somi across midfield. Lights are on here. The second state semifinal coming up after this one, Ridgefield and Glastonbury. The winner of this game gets the winner of that game on Saturday for the state title in Class L. That must have been awesome, winning a state title. You've experienced that just the jubilation afterwards, the pile-on.
Yeah, certainly it's a great experience. It's something that you can't describe. I've had the opportunity both as a player and a coach to win a state title in the state of Connecticut. But yeah, it's really, as a coach, you're just excited for your players, how hard they've worked and the opportunity that they made for themselves, and for them to be able to complete that dream. It's something that they'll carry with them, and that's really why any of us coach. It's really all about the kids, and that's why the kids play so hard. They love the game.
Just moments ago, that Minikis shot hit the crossbar. Darien, though, still with possession. Under 5 minutes remaining. Jackson Peters up top, moving to his right. Rolls across the end line. Stays with Darien as Minikis scoops a ball up off the turf.
As you should watch Logan McGovern as Minikis has the ball. I would watch where Logan McGovern is.
Here's Hellman. Mentioned his grandparents moments ago, as they have watched a number of games on the DAF Media Network. Under 4 minutes remaining. Minikis. Boy, they know where he is at all times.
Oh, yeah. Head up. Nice. Get that ball to your goalie or get it out of here.
And a great defensive effort by Walker Kerr, number 77. And we've got a timeout, New Canaan.
So we'll see where this comes into play. That's Chip's second timeout. 3 minutes left in a 7-7 game. I'm not disagreeing with him there. He probably wants to retain possession and get a chance to clear it. But we might come back to talk about that as you get tight with 1 minute left, and if it stays a tied game, you might need that timeout. But
yeah, great point.
You can't take him with you on the bus home.
Yeah,
so,
you're absolutely right too. Absolutely. This game, at least on the scoreboard, first game this season between these two was 9-7, ended 9-7. This one's, not going to be a whole lot more goals scored in this one.
Probably not.
Probably not, right?
But if you're a believer in any of Eastern philosophy or Eastern culture, 7s are not good. It's like the Western version of a 13. So I think we should move away from the 7 versus 7 pretty quickly. I was going to make that comment when you said it was 7-7 with 7 minutes left.
7 minutes. I thought you might go there. We've talked a lot about Hudson Picorni in this one. He scored the game winner in that FCIAC championship game, 13-12. It was tied at 12 back on May 25th at Brian McMahon. And they will go, well, at least the winner of this one will go back to Brian McMahon.
Yeah, nothing against Brian McMahon or Joe Mataferri. He's an incredible man, an incredible venue, but Rafferty Stadium is great. I mean, there's a lot of other great venues around, and you get an opportunity to draw a bigger crowd, to have 2 sides, two bleachers, and
no question.
Get people in.
No question. This is they built this a lacrosse specific facility. They built it for the men's and women's programs.
What you're watching here is Darien's ride, and New Canaan just got it over. Let's see how they do, which is good. Now they better get it to a short stick. He cannot call timeout at this point. They're going to double the ball, knowing that they have kind of their prey in sight.
This is Jackson Braden. Ball's on the turf, and it's scooped up by Gould.
And that was just an incredible ride by Darien. And, frankly, I'll give Coach Braymeyer some credit on the coaching. He realized that Chip could not call timeout. And here we go.
Oh, bing, bang, boom. As Darien scores, Picorni to McGovern.
And so, again,
actually, that wasn't McGovern. Sorry.
McGovern, I believe, scored it.
Yeah, he scored it. He did.
It was just what we call the tic-tac-toe. It was just great passing, great vision by everybody, but it comes from a really hard, aggressive ride and incredible situational awareness on whether it was Coach Braymeyer or the defenders to know that New Canaan was in a real pickle down there. They could not call timeout. They had a pull caught down in his offensive end. They double-teamed the ball. They picked it up, and they just moved it in transition, and that's why they're so lethal.
You talked about how lethal their transition offense is.
Now, the good thing is they have Cravado at the X, and they just won it again. So let's see if they can honor the possession here, get the right personnel on and off the field.
Still a lot of game left. Let's face it.
Plenty
2:20 remaining. Plenty of time. 8-7 Darien. if you're a New Canaan fan.
So Christopher Gannett had the ball. Now we're going here. Owen Shin's going to pick it up. And let's see what New Canaan can put together here with 1:52 left. They're going to go back to the short on short, and let's see if they can get some looks into the crease. It seems to be what New Canaan's been doing, probably dodge to feed as opposed to dodge to score.
Gannett's bounce shot.
You better chase that.
And that's going to stay with New Canaan. Much to the chagrin of some fans in attendance. Here's Quentin O'Connell on the near side of the field with the ball. Time ticking down here.
Oh, what a look. What a save. Incredible save, offside high. Sean Collins able to drive his top hand across his body and make that save.
Nice shot by Chris Gannett. The freshman almost came up huge. But the big defensive effort by
Jeff
Collins.
calls his timeout. I think that's his last timeout. So now I think you have both teams with no timeouts left. It's 57 seconds left in the game. Darien ball, and they're up by 1. They will have to keep it in the box. I imagine you're going to see New Canaan come and press out. And at some point, if not right away, they're going to double the ball. They'll probably have to wait till the ball goes behind, and then they'll slip the goalie out and probably put a defender, have the goalie come and take out with the nearest offender player and slip the defender out to double the ball.
As we take a look at the Darien huddle, while we have a moment, I want to again give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew who, as you've seen on this broadcast, has just done a terrific job. Our production crew, student volunteers, and they do a terrific job. Our executive producer, who has given so much in this first year of the DAF Media Network, we're going to be sad to see him go. Our senior, Brendan Ross. Our camera 2 operator, Ethan Haas. He's got some eligibility left for DAF Media, which is a good thing. He's a sophomore heading into his junior year. And, of course, another sophomore heading into his junior year, Mark Trefone. All 3 of them have done yeoman's work tonight, bringing you this game on the DAF Media Network. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. And we are thrilled to be bringing you this state semifinal game from Rafferty Stadium. And while we have just a second, John, I want to thank you, Wilton head coach John Wiseman, for hopping aboard this broadcast. He has brought so much knowledge to this live stream. Okay, here we go.
Been my pleasure. He has 10 seconds. Now he's brought in. He had 10 seconds to bring it in. Now he has to keep it in.
So under 50 seconds remaining, Darien clinging to a 1-goal lead, up 8-7. Brian Minikis being hounded by 2 defenders.
So they pulled the goalie, and he's out now covering a guy, just like what we talked about.
And here's Joyce.
Another guy will slip off.
Joyce doubled behind the cage.
They got to get him to turn back, but some of these kids are just so tired. They've been playing hard all day. He cannot withhold the ball, so they're going to award it to New Canaan.
So it'll be New Canaan ball with 25.2 seconds remaining.
And no timeouts.
And no timeouts. It does not get any better than this for a state semifinal matchup between 2 arch rivals. Here come the Rams. Quentin O'Connell sails over the crossbar.
That's not necessarily a bad decision on his part. He knew he was tied up. He had to just get rid of the ball, so at least they can get it back. But we have 9 seconds left.
Mac Dean, far side of the field. He gets off his shot.
That's it.
And that'll be Darien's ball with 3.5 seconds remaining, and that should just about do it as the Blue Wave go on to win just an absolutely entertaining game tonight here at Rafferty Stadium. You can see the team comes onto the field in front of their goal. No doubt some hugs for Sean Collins. And on the New Canaan side of the field, obvious disappointment. They didn't want it to end this way, but the Blue Wave will move on to the Class L state championship game on Saturday. The time of that game to be announced, and they will play the winner of the next game between Ridgefield and Glastonbury, and that should be a good one. Of course, Darien eliminated Glastonbury last year on this very field in the state tournament. As we take a look at the brackets and now at the Darien huddle, and that was a tight one. That is what you want to see in the state semifinals between these two teams.
Yeah, it's anytime you go out and compete, whether it's a regular season game or a state tournament or a conference tournament, you just want your kids to fight and compete, and you know that certainly happened here today. It was a great game. It's always unfortunate that someone has to lose, but that's what happens. That's why you play. But a great effort by the New Canaan team, and again a great effort by Darien just to continue to fight through it and hold on.
Yeah, certainly New Canaan has nothing to be ashamed of in this one. A great effort by head coach Chip Buzzio and his team. They were certainly ready to tackle the #1 seeded Blue Wave. And so Darien is moving on. Again, I want to give a shout out to our entire DAF media production crew. Brendan Ross, our senior, our executive producer, our director working his final broadcast for us. Ethan Haas on camera 2. Mark Trufone, our instant replay operator, and Bruce Ferguson on camera 1 did a terrific job. I want to thank all of them for bringing us all the visuals, the angles. What'd you think of our behind the goal cams there, John Wiseman? Not bad, huh?
It's pretty impressive across the board what you guys do. I think it's great what you do for the students of Darien to get involved and be able to do what they do here.
We're going to get, there's you, John, in the, that's me in the green. There's Bruce to your right. And there's our executive producer, Brendan Ross, in the white. Little hand wave. So it'll do it for this state semifinal matchup between Darien and New Canaan. The Blue Wave go on to win 8-7 in a game that did, in fact, go right down to the final seconds. For our entire DAF media production crew, Brendan Ross, Ethan Haas, Mark Trufone, Bruce Ferguson. For John Wiseman, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, Darien wins 8-7. They will play for a state championship on Saturday. I want to thank all of you for watching, and have a great rest of your week. Take care.